MSers do seem to be lovely. I can't say I've ever had like a horrible experience when connecting with other people.
Oh, we've not connected properly yet.
Then I can put you on the list.
Welcome to another episode of Do All MSers Think the Same? Early Diagnosis, Part 2. 5 people with multiple sclerosis get together to share their opinions and experiences living with MS. Let's go. My healthcare professional is always right. Did I say something funny?
I'm going to stay where I am. I'm going to stay in that middle of the middle.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, when I get to talk to them, I guess they're right, but they're bloody not very good where I am. And I literally emailed my MS nurse before because I was in quite a bit of pain. I asked, is there anything they can do to help? And she literally replied with, no, I can't help you. Thanks. I was like, oh, okay, cheers, mate. Once I got diagnosed with secondary, they kind of just left me to it. But before that, yeah, I didn't really get much. Do you know what? I'm going to move myself, actually.
You made me move to agree.
I feel like moving now, too. Where should I?
You
here,
take
right
that,
here.
NHS. I'm in disagree.
But listening to that, Dave, that's made me go to kind of agree now, because I must admit, especially my nurse she is absolutely amazing. Like, I literally do not know what I would do without her. And I know I'm really lucky because a lot of people are in the same situation, but I just email or call. She'll always get back to me that day. The reason why I went down the middle is just because I'm not an easy patient. I know I'm not, because I question everything. I always go with about 100 questions. Whatever they say is the best thing. I'll be like, is it? Maybe. Actually, I've got all of this to think about too. So I'm one of those people that I don't really kind of go along with what I'm told to without questioning it a lot.
Yeah, I agree with you on that, but that's why I totally disagree, because I don't want to say a difficult patient, because I don't think I am. I think it's my right to ask all the questions. They study neurology and they study MS, but they don't have it. So in my opinion is that we're the experts, because we're the ones dealing with how we feel. You can read as many books as you want, but there's nothing like real life, like living something. So I am like you. I will go in there with a page full of questions. I want to know why. I'm about to restart Ocrevus again, and I'm like, why are you not taking me for a COVID antibodies test? You don't need it. Are you sure I don't need it? I would like to know if my antibodies have built up before I take a B-cell depressing DMT.
Yeah.
And they'll say stuff like, well, we don't think you need to do that. Well, that's good that you don't think, but I need peace of mind when I go and do things. And also, as someone that got a misdiagnosis, someone that got told many situations that are a little bit more personal that backfired because they wouldn't listen, because they said they were right. I don't want one opinion. There's a reason in the law why it takes 2 doctors to even do certain things for people's health. And I'm going to take all the liberties in the world because it's my life and it's how I want to live. And that's why you do Google, and that's why you speak to other people, and why you go to other neurologists for second opinions, or if one nurse says something, ask another. Just make sure, because there's human error as well in life.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. And I do feel like almost sometimes you're punished for doing your own research, because not saying every single doctor's like this, but a lot of doctors have ego on them. And if you go in and you question what they're telling you, they don't like that, which I think is completely unfair, because like you say, we are the experts. You know, I had a really bad experience with a neurologist like last year who isn't my actual neuro. And I said to him, I was like, but I'm living this every day. I was like, would you not, like, I would argue that I'm an expert in this. He was like, you're not. I completely disagree with that. And I just thought the fact that you have that opinion is going to be detrimental to your patients, because you're not listening to them properly. If you have this, I know best, and yeah, of course you've studied it, you know, yeah, like you say, textbook after textbook, fine, but actually we're living this every single day, and no one will know. No one knows what my MS is like. You know, you guys don't know what it's like for me every day. I don't know what it's like for you guys every day. And it should, in my opinion, be a lot more patient focused.
I'd like to add though, as a woman as well, as a whole another layer, and then being a person of color has a whole other layer, because they have ingrained beliefs on what it should be, or women just exaggerate a bit, or
hysterical,
black women
hysterical hysteria. Yeah,
we've got high levels of pain threshold. Well, I don't actually, and I might be a woman, but I actually have a mental clarity where I can say and advocate for myself and tell you exactly how I feel, and you telling me no, that's not right, doesn't make it true because you said so.
I think that if you go to a doctor or a physician that doesn't listen to you and makes you feel like you're always wrong, then you should switch to another doctor. That's not the doctor for you. I mean, like you said very well, that they study neurology and they are the experts in the field because they study it, but they still don't have it. The least they could do is just listen to you. And with my doctor, we debate a little bit sometimes, but we always come to a happy medium, and he gives me the freedom to express, what my opinion is. And at the end of the day, I'm the one deciding. He always, try to prove his point, but at the same time, I don't feel like I'm being pushed to do something that I don't want to do. Like when I switched from my first treatment to the second one, we had this conversation where he said, I don't agree. I don't think you should switch, but if that's what you want, then let's go for it and see how it goes. And it worked pretty well for both of us. So he's happy, I'm happy, and I'm doing well. But yeah, if you have a doctor that makes you feel, or a nurse in your case, that you're wrong all the time, and maybe you should not go to see that person. The relationship with your doctor should not be that way.
After my diagnosis, I needed to be connected with other MSers.
Ding, ding.
I like where this is going.
It's hard to say, because if you weren't, you weren't. I mean, you're talking about something that actually happened, and I don't think I was, but I'm okay now. It would have been nice if I was. I'm staying where I am because I don't know the answer.
I'm staying right in the middle as well, because looking back, I think it probably would have helped to connect with other MSs at the time. But at that time, I didn't feel ready to completely kind of accept the diagnosis and really embrace it. So for me, actually connecting with other people with MS was a little bit too scary.
I feel like it's very important to find your tribe, and connect with people that can understand what you're going through, that can relate their story to yours, because this disease is so weird and unpredictable that normal people, or people that don't live with MS, they have a real hard time trying to have some empathy with you. So I think the earlier you find people that you can share your story with, I think the better it is for you.
Yeah, I mean, I just force people to be my friends. I will just say about my friend Sam. Even now, we've known each other almost 3 years now. We've never met in person, but we're so similar, and I think we'd be friends outside of this illness anyway. But we'll just randomly send stuff to each other, and if something's annoyed us, and we just can vent to each other, and we just let ourselves kind of be as we are. And I have a lot of MS friends who I absolutely adore, but Sam for me is just my MS kind of soulmate. And she'd been diagnosed quite a long time, and I sort of followed her for a while and kind of was oh, she kind of knows, she seems like someone I want to kind of talk to and be friends with. And it took me a while to kind of reach out to her, but yeah, she was just I just owe her so much. She was so helpful when I was diagnosed. Absolutely adore that girl. I swear to God.
For me, I agree. I think having a community of people would have been amazing. I wasn't given that. That was not part of my journey at the start. And I felt lost, isolated, confused, confuddled. Everyone I met was my nan's age now, which was 80, and it was great and they were lovely, but there was no connection there. I didn't see myself, they couldn't see me. Different lifestyles, what I want to do, what they want to do wasn't the same. So I started doing what I did because I felt like the younger generation, or the people around me, as I went on social media, they needed to be able to speak to other people that they could relate to. And I really do wish that I had that, and I didn't. And it was harder to speak to people because A, I felt like a burden. B, I didn't feel like anyone would really understand what I was saying. a lot of things with MS, people would always go, yeah, I get tired too, and things that you know that they don't get, so you can't be angry at them, but it would just be nice to have a friend or a buddy to chat to. So I kind of always put it to the medical industry to challenge them to create a better thing to give to people, at least in the UK, because I don't know how they work in America, which gives you those relevant links and information so that you can connect with people if that's your choice. Because a neurologist is 15 minutes once every 6 months. That's not a chat about MS, especially when you're newly diagnosed and overwhelmed. So yeah, I agree. It'd be amazing if we could get a better structure and need for community linking for people.
I think for me, it's important to find people who have the same interests as well, like, and might be in a position of maybe disability. So now I've connected with probably a lot more disabled athletes or wheelchair CrossFitters or over then I've connected with people with MS. Don't get me wrong, I love people with MS because they're all on the call, and if I say I don't, you probably all hate me. But for me, it's about finding someone who is maybe struggled and is doing kind of the thing that you want to do. Because
I'm going to quickly jump in and just say that I agree. I think it is vital that there is something when you're first diagnosed that kind of signposts you in the right direction. Because I think that's the reason why I was kind of scared of getting in touch with other MSers and making those links. I didn't quite know where I fitted in. I didn't kind of know how to make links with people that were also in the same like newly diagnosed place that I was.
Like, I feel like it's almost like a duty now if people come to me, because I lent so heavily on, you know, this other people, I want to give kind of that back and kind of put people's mind at ease and sort of be like, you know, it's not the end of the world and you are going to be okay. It's going to be hard, but yeah, find support in others, because there are so many lovely people in the community. I mean, there are obviously arseholes, but you're going to get that with anything. And if people aren't responsive, then just move on and you'll find your people.
MSers do seem to be lovely. I can't say I've ever had like a horrible experience when connecting with other people.
Oh, we've not connected properly yet.
Then I can put you on the list.
Don't call this guy.
My diagnosis has opened up new opportunities. Wow, that was fast.
I 100% agree with this, because when I was doing strongman, you know, I was just a regular strongman, but now I'm doing disabled strongman. I'm, you know, a disabled strongman who gets free shit.
I don't get free shit like you say, but definitely many opportunities come my way, and I can be more grateful. I mean, I've done so many things that I wanted to do for a long time, and ironically, MS is what opened the doors for me. So I'm very, very happy and in a very good place right now.
I agree. I do get some free stuff as well, which is rather nice. So through my blogging and things, I think it's just really positive to see how we've all kind of got in totally agree or kind of agree. Because I think with any diagnosis like MS, it's easy to kind of think about the things that you can't do the same. So kind of the things that you lose. And there are some things, but at the same time, there have been like so many opportunities that are opened up, and that's just like so positive and just makes the experience so much nicer as well, like including all the amazing people that you meet.
Yeah, I think it's the people for me. That's what it's given me, and the connections. And I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm going through a bit of a bitter phase at the moment with just being quite angry about everything. But I also know that that it's transient and it will pass, and it's, as much as like, you know, you've just said about the sort of positives, I think I'm still in a place where I'm sort of a bit reeling that I'm not going to be able to do the things that I'd kind of planned for myself, like in my head. But I'm just going through the grieving process. But equally, yeah, I mean, it has given me so many amazing people and friendship groups and kind of experience, and even like doing this kind of thing. Like I love it. Like I enjoy speaking to you guys so much, and it just uplifts me so much. So I think that's why I'm in the kind of agree. Just a little bit of Katt, just dragging behind a little bit. I'm sure I'll catch you guys up.
I absolutely agree. Like Dave, I think having disability, I've had to adapt to what I was doing before to what I do now. So like I said, on fashion. Now I've somehow become the multiple sclerosis fashionista, and I use like mobility aids to empower people so that they can still be fashionable and fabulous and not lose too much of themselves to keep their personalities. The opportunities that have come from that, I couldn't even dream up. They're things that I wanted to do, but probably wouldn't have been able to do if I was just your regular fashionista against that kind of massive industry. But having disability has allowed me to bring a different perspective and mix mental health, MS health, grief and depression, and fashion. And I've somehow become an activist in that, and I actually love it. And I'm one of those people that people hate where they go, did MS make your life worse? Well, yeah, I've had some really horrible times, but actually when I've come over that, like you said, the transitional period and then going through the grief and coming out the other side, it's been beautiful. It's been more beautiful than I would have ever thought, sitting in that hospital getting that diagnosis on that day. So I always like to tell people there is a beautiful silver lining with MS, but it takes a lot of grieving. So I don't know, do I love MS? Maybe I do love MS in this weird way, because I love the community. I love all you guys. I love connecting with people. And I feel like what I'm doing now is worthwhile, way more than it was before I had MS. So I kind of am in this weird place of gratitude for it all.
I think you learn about yourself as well, like so much, and that is something that I'm very grateful for. And I'm a very self-reflective person, and you know, I've had a lot of therapy since my diagnosis, and that I'm grateful as well. Like I feel like I understand myself even outside of my illness like so much better, and it's made me a better person, I think, to be honest. So yeah, maybe I'll kind of move mine over a little bit.
Yay! Welcome.
Thank you for watching this video.
If you've enjoyed this, please like, share, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell for more episodes of Do All MSers Think the Same?
Also, you guys can follow us on social media at the description below.
And let us know in the comments of what other topics or themes we should do next.